a smile from cheek to cheek. Get feeling fancy. That's where I'm gonna be. 'Cause I'm shining, I'm hiding. I got a good thing on me. No, I can't hide it. There's nothing in my sleep. I got all the magic in me. It ain't never gonna leave, ain't never gonna leave, no. I got all the magic in me. It ain't never gonna leave, ain't never gonna leave, no. Anything can happen, anything can happen, anything can happen, yeah, anything, yeah, anything, yeah, anything can happen, anything. Elevate your routine with Next Level Mary Kay Clinical Solutions boosters. Each dermocosmetic booster is packed with highly potent doses of some of science's most acclaimed ingredients. To help target your skin's specific visible signs of aging and unleash skin's full potential with every precious drop. Elevate your routine with Next Level boosters. Contact your independent beauty consultant to boost your routine. It's not from cheek to cheek. Get feeling fancy. That's where I'm gonna be. 'Cause I'm shining, I'm hiding. I got a good thing on me. No, I can't hide it. There's nothing in my sleep. I got all the magic in me. It ain't never gonna leave, ain't never gonna leave, no. I got all the magic in me. It ain't never gonna leave, ain't never gonna leave, no. Anything can happen, anything can happen, anything can happen, yeah, anything, yeah, anything, yeah, anything can happen, anything.
Every time I see you, I'm caught up in your magic. My feet don't touch the ground. I never knew the feeling until you. Look in your eyes. I just wanna feel you. Pull me closer.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. I just want to do a little tech check. How do I sound? Do I sound like Minnie Mouse or do I sound like me? Oh, hi, Sue. Sue Grisanti is here. Let me just double check. Sue, let me know if I sound okay. I know that it's, I should have had my group on. If I sound like Minnie Mouse, I'm sure you're cracking up at this point. Hold on. Hi, Patty. We're just double checking, make sure it sounds okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me just hear myself. Oh, it sounds good. Okay, sorry about the delay, guys. Okay. All right, so how many of you joined us for our makeup for the decades yesterday? That was so fun. I know. I hope that you guys had fun doing that. That was a lot of fun. So let me just get my hair off my face here because we're going to do a little highlighting and contouring. And if you were with us last week, we did that. But I'm doing a little repeat session because we actually, if you did not get those little sticks yet, they're sold out. So unless your beauty consultant has them, you can't get them. Oh, I know, right? Awful. Okay. So those were these sticks, these little contour and highlight sticks. So one side I'm going to do with those and the other side we're going to do with powders because you can, we still have highlight and contour powders that you can do for highlighting and contouring. But those of you that can get your hands on those sticks from your beauty consultant, you are lucky. And I got to tell you, I do love those. So let me pull this little banner off here. So, all right. So if you didn't say hi, let me know. I see our buddy Sue is here and our buddy Patty is here. Okay. Yes, Sue, wasn't that 60s look so fun? And it's so weird that it was only a couple of colors, right? It was only 2 eyeshadow colors, your eyeliner, your mascara, a really simple cheek color, and a simple nude lipstick. It was so fun. So I am looking forward to the 70s. So on next Tuesday coming up, we're going to be doing the 70s look. So that's disco era, all that fun stuff. So completely different look from the 60s. So we're going to be having fun with that. So today we're just going to talk a little bit of highlighting and contouring. But today is usually my normal meeting with my beauty consultants. So instead of doing Zoom, we're doing some makeup sessions. So because this month is all about that makeover contest, I thought we could share some more extra beauty tips and just do like a quick little tutorial. So you guys, I hope and pray that you all that join us regularly, Patty, and all of you guys that come on regularly, Sue, you better get into the contest, okay? You can't win it if you're not in it. So I pray, and we can't join. So it has to be us beauty consultants can't do it. Hold on, I got to find my little clips. I'm going behind my little green screen here because I got to find my hair clips. But I hope that you guys will join the little contest because you could win $1,500 or you could win $500. You could win a whole bunch of Mary Kay product. And then we're going to actually be doing our own little wow night. So you have better odds of winning that too. So, but honestly, the whole contest is really kind of cool. It's just any makeover look that you do. So any look that you do with your beauty consultant. And then when you enter, you can enter on her website. Okay. And all you need to put on there is the finalists will be judged on originality, creativity, adherence to the contest theme, and makeover look and caption. Okay, so it gives you an example. Okay, so here's an example of this lady's, that little lady's makeover contest. It says the 70s were my favorite time because people were encouraged to be themselves and to experiment with bold style and color. My look is inspired by that time and reminds me of creativity and fun of the decade. So you guys, if you were in the 60s or the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, whatever is your decade, like what did you love about that decade, and create a makeup look from there. So on Tuesdays, we're just doing some fun little trends, right? So we're just doing, last week we did 60s, we're going to do 70s, 80s, 90s, up to the 2000s. So, but the contest goes till May 12th. So I'm going to encourage you guys, do not wait to enter that, to like get it in there and be creative. So start thinking about what you want to say. Okay, so you guys, this side I have my foundation on, okay? So I don't have any powder on this side, and this side I'm going to do the powder. So remember, the first thing that you want to remember when you're doing highlighting and contouring, cheek colors, you want cream or liquidy stuff on liquid, and you want dry on dry, right? It'll just blend so much better. So I didn't want to put powder on and then do these cream sticks. All right, so you can use these if you have these cream sticks. I don't know how many of you already have these, but we have two colors. One is dark, one is called bronze, and the other one's called honey. So I always use the bronze one because it reminds me of my when I was growing up in the makeup world, we had something called Indian Earth, and it is just that color. All right, so I'm going to show you where to contour with this. First, I want you to think about when you're contouring, what is the whole purpose of that? So the purpose of your contouring is dark pushes things in, light pulls things out. So why do we want to do that? Okay, if you have an oval shaped face, you're pretty much already contoured. So we're just going to play around a little bit. But if you have a square face shape, so what you need to do to figure this out is you need to get all the hair off of your face. And if you went to a mirror and drew an outline of your face, what is it? What shape is it? All right, so we have a square face shape, which you're kind of more like your forehead, your cheeks, and your chin are all in alignment. That's the square face shape. So why do we think that we want to contour a square face shape? So when you're doing your makeup, you guys, the most important thing is that you have this oval part. So from the tip of your forehead to your chin, and then from your eyes, like this oval part is the part that you want to be highlighted. Okay. So that means everything else would be contoured because we want to get the oval part out. So that's why those of you who have oval face shapes, you're already naturally contoured. You can't really do much more. All right. So if we have square face shapes, obviously what we want to do is we want to contour a little bit up here. So let me show you. So this would be for round and square face shapes. So if you have a round square face shape and square, or square, you can have both, one or the other, you're going to contour like this. All right, so my face is going to look kind of crazy for now. So you're definitely going to do, now if you're using the stick, I'm using the matte. There's a matte side and a shimmer side. See the difference? Okay, so we're going to do the matte up here. So if you have the round or square face shape, that's what you're doing. Okay, now everyone wants their cheeks to pop out, right? But we don't want to contour on top of the cheekbone. We want to go right underneath it. So if you went like that, feel your cheekbone. You're going to go right underneath your cheekbone with your contour stick. Now you don't need to be too dramatic. Some people like to come down a little bit more, but we're going to go right there. Okay, so I'm going to have all kinds of stripes by the time we're done. But you can see how that already indented and gave me a little more definition in my cheek, but we're not going to walk around like this, right? Okay, now we're going to take our contour side again. And if you have square or round, you're going to go along your cheekbone here. So if you don't have these kinds of contour things, all you have to do really is take your cheek color and take your brush. I'll show you on the powder side. So if you are contouring, now if you guys don't have the sticks, these are our contour, our contour powders. All right. Oh, sorry. Got to get the hang of the screen here. I just got to get up a little bit. Okay. Here's our two shimmers. Those are our highlights and these are our contours. Okay. So depending on how dark your skin is, I'm going to be using Latte and Glazed today for this. So we take this little contour brush that we have. This is our cheek color brush, right? So we've talked about this before, and this is actually has a little indent in it. So you're going to push your thumb in there and we're going to squeeze this because we want to get that dark to stay in one spot. Okay, so I am going to, now I have to get a mirror because it is definitely tricky when you're backwards. Okay, there we go. Oh, and I forgot my powder. Whoops. So it'll blend much easier if I have my powder on. So let me put some, I'm going to put our Silky Setting Powder on. Okay. So if you haven't used our Silky Setting Powder, we have lots of colors. This actually is the new and improved mineral powder. So for those of you that used our mineral powder and are sad, believe me, you're going to love the Silky Setting Powder. Okay, the silky setting powder makes your face look really sheer and flawless. So we're going to start by putting powder on. So we're going to do our foundation, then the silky setting powder. Okay, now I can get to the powdery contour stuff. Sorry, forgot that little step. If you have translucent powder, you can do that too, but I like to do my translucent powder at the end. Okay, so now I'm going back to this little brush and I'm going to squeeze it and we're going to do our cheek with the powder stuff. Okay, so as I was saying, if you don't have extra like contour and highlight colors, you can take your cheek color, you guys, and just swoop it up a little bit and swoop it down a little bit. Not a lot, but if it's a more, natural color, I'm not talking about like a bright wineberry color or anything like that. If it's a more neutral color, you can do that. So if I was doing my cheek color, I would just swoop it down a little bit darker here and then make it a little lighter above it. But then you're going to swoop it up. Okay. So it's kind of like, if you want to call it a backwards E, or what do you call it? A 3 or an E is what we say. And we're going to go down here. All right, we're doing the jawline just so that some of us that have like a double chin, this will push in the double chin. So that's why you would do that down there. I kind of have a little jawline there, so I like to contour that in a little bit. Now the key is blending. Blending is your friend, right? Okay, so oopsie, it's very hard to do that. So we're going to get the contour done first, and then we'll do the color, your cheek color. All right, let me show you the other places that you would want. Now you can totally see, right? So you're creating shadow is what you're doing, but blending is your friend. Okay, now I'm going to blend this stuff in a minute, but that is that was our cream colors. All right, the other places, now I will definitely tell you that it's a lot easier to use this little stick to contour your nose. So if you wanted to make like your nose not so wide, you can do that right along the sides there. Makes it look longer and skinnier. Many of us want to contour the tip of our nose so that it's not so wide, right? The only thing is, make sure that you blend this really well. I went out of the house the other day and I didn't blend it so well. So I kind of had like a big brown nose. I was a big brown noser. Okay, if you want to indent this a little bit, you can do that. If you love your nose and you want to highlight it a lot, now we're going to take the highlighter. So I'm going to use the cream highlighter. We're going to go down here. Now remember, you want to highlight the oval part, right? So we're going to put some highlighter there. We're going to highlight, oh, that's the wrong one. We're doing powder over there. We want to highlight the top of your cheekbone with that. And you might want to do under your lip or on top of your lip here. If you want to make a pouty lip, actually, we're going to use this one, the brown underneath. Gives you more of a fuller lip on the bottom. Just don't forget to blend. All right, so it looks kind of silly now, right? So what did we just do? So if you have a square face shape or round, we're kind of doing this way. So it's an E or a 3. Got it. If you're oval, you don't really need to do any of this. You might want to contour your cheeks a little bit, but you don't need to go through all of that. If you have what we call a heart-shaped face, the heart face shaped is wider up here. So you're going to do this whole little thingamajig up here. And if you're a pear-shaped face, you're going to do a little down here. Okay. Now the key is blending, right? So if we're blending this creamy stuff, you know that I love the sponge for blending that. It's so much easier to blend. So if you don't have this little wet sponge, you guys, it's amazing. You will love it. I highly recommend you get it. It's only $12 and you have to wet it. So you can use it dry, but it doesn't blend as well and it's not as silky smooth. This is really silky when you use it and you're just blending it. It has a little tip, so it's pointed. So you can do, oh, I should do that. So let me do a little bit of the under eye corrector. So if you want to use a little under eye corrector, you don't need a lot of that either. But the cool thing about this is you can take the tip of this sponge and just blend that in. And the under eye corrector is great for those of you that have dark you know, those purplish grayish circles underneath your eyes, totally will bring that out. I taught you last week that I always like to do that around my eyeshadow so I get a crisper look around the eyes. Now I'm going to take this pointy part and I'm going to blend, of course, the tip of my nose. Remember, don't forget to do the tip of your nose. Okay. So this is really great to blend creams. You don't want to use this with your powder, right? No, we don't want to do that with our powder. Okay. And there, we blended our cheeks. Okay. So you can see how that kind of created a little more definition. Don't forget under your chin. I had a little bit under my chin right here to make it a little fuller. And then of course down here. Okay. You will love the sponge. I promise you guys, if you do not have the sponge, you'll want to get the sponge for yourself. It's great for blending in concealers. It gives you just a really nice blend. Okay. Now you don't see any harsh lines, right? Okay. I'm going to take a different part of the sponge and kind of that cream highlighter that we have. I just want to blend that a little bit. And my cheek color is going to go right in the middle. So now if you don't have these amazing sticks, I feel bad for you. But your consultant might be out of them, so you are going to have to use something else. So, but what I am going to do while we're talking about the sticks, because some of our beauty consultants do have some left in stock. All right, this one also had a cheek color on it, which is a bronzer. So if you want to, you know, give yourself a little bronzing, you're going to put that right in between the matte side that we did and the highlighter that we did. And I'm just going to blend it with the sponge. All right. So if you guys have those contour sticks, I love, 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 love them. If any of our beauty consultants have some left and you don't want them, I will gladly take them off your shelf for you. Okay. That's that. Now let's go over to the powder. We're going to blend that in. And what are we going to use for the powder to blend it in? We're going to use a powder brush, right? Okay. So you're going to use a dry brush. And before I blend this, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to take the highlighter. So we're going to take the same brush that I did with the contour. And we do have an awesome brush cleaner that you can spray and wipe it off and you can use it right away. So I'm going to use the shorter side right here to use my highlighter. And we're going to go right on top of the cheekbone with that. Okay, so it still gives you a nice glow. When you have the powder. I love actually this. We have two colors. One is honey glaze and one is, one is glazed and one is honey glow. Honey glow. So honey glow is actually more of a peachy colored. So you would use that if you had darker skin tone. You can use that for a cheek color if you have light skin tone. So you can do that. And then I'm going to pick just a color to go in the middle. And I'm actually going to pick our Juicy Peach color. I'm feeling kind of peachy today. So we're going to do peach. If you've never used our Juicy Peach, that's a great color for summer. Ooh, love it. Okay. Now, notice I went right in between with the blush. I went on top. Now I'm going to take my brush and you want to blend which way. You don't want to go down, right? You want to go up this way. So remember, blending is your friend. So you're going to blend upwards, so that everything looks smooth and you don't have stripes down your face. Okay, so we're going to blend that. All right, now we did up here. Again, just to show you, you're doing like a little backwards C or 3. All right, make sure you blend that in really well. Okay, now I'm also going to give an extra blending when I do the translucent powder. Okay, so we did the nose. And I don't have my glasses on, so hopefully everything's blended good. Okay, and we did a little highlight here, and we did a highlight here. Okay, you can highlight again underneath your eyes if you want to. Here I have, of course, the under eye corrector. Here we don't. You can see the difference. It's just brighter. It makes your eyes look brighter. So the key is make it look bright around there, you guys. Make your eyes look bright. Okay. And I think that's all I have for you. I'm just going to do a little bit of this translucent powder. So is there any questions? Let me check the chat. Translucent powder now can go on top of, it can go on top of the creams and it can go on top of the powders. And if you guys have the bronze, if you have this translucent powder, you could also use that to highlight if you wanted to. It's translucent, but you're just going to like pack a little bit punch with it. So you're going to like make sure that if you're highlighting with it, that you're more stippling it. Okay. If you're using it as an overall blending, you're going to use the big, huge brush. That's why brushes are so important. Like you need to have a different brush for everything that you do. Shorter, more compact will keep things compact in one area. Big, fluffy if you want it to go everywhere. This is what I used to use for bronzers. So in the day when we had that Indian earth, I used to use this and put it all over. So that was before I knew about highlighting and contouring. I just wanted to look like I had a tan. Okay, let me see if we have any questions in the chat. Okay, blend your upper lip. Okay, thank you. Sue, thank you for that. Okay, I'm just going to take my little sponge and blend that. Okay, good. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to thank you all actually, and I'm really want to beg you guys to do the model contest. It has nothing to do with how beautiful your makeup looks. I promise you. It has more to do with how you feel when you did your makeup, how your beauty consultant made you feel, and something about that era. Like makeup is your friend. So hopefully in all these years that you've been following us since the pandemic, you've learned some little tips and tricks. And I hope that you love your Mary Kay product. Thank you, Sue, for pointing that out. Because usually I get off of this thing and I'm like, oh my God, I totally missed that. So, all right. So again, if you guys want to use the powdery ones, we have those and you can put them in something like this. So this is called our Perfect Palette. So this one actually has your colors. So if you, it'll fit like your cheek color and your 3 eye colors. And then over here, I have the contour and the highlight. And it comes in this beautiful little palette. So you can get that, or this, if you like to have it all, is our Pro palette. And remember, I told you, see your little Norwex girlfriend so that you can clean up your palettes because they get fingerprints all over them. And if you haven't heard me say this before, our palettes are made out of the same product as a Toshiba laptop. So it's the same kind of plastic. So these are lifetime guaranteed. They're scratch resistant. They're just not fingerprint resistant. So you need your little Norwex cloth to clean them. Okay, you guys, have an amazing night. And I just wanted to give a quick shout out to our beauty consultants because this is usually our meeting night. And we do have seminar coming up. And that's why I played that seminar video. So a lot of your beauty consultants are working on going on stage when they sell 20,000 retail. They get to go on stage in a gown. All right. So if you didn't catch that, I'm going to play it one more time because I love our seminar video. Being at seminar, we go to Dallas. It's kind of like being at a Broadway production, a Miss America pageant, and an Academy Awards all in one.
Every time I see you, I'm caught up in your magic. My feet don't touch the ground. I never knew the feeling until you. So shine, brighter than the sunrise, forever and always with you.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I just love that. When is the last time you got to be Miss America, right? So your beauty consultants that are working on that are going to get to dress up in that beautiful ball gown that you saw. And then they get to go on stage and they get to wear a sash like Miss America, and they get to come out and wave to 10,000 of their girlfriends that are out in the crowd. So, and not only that, their face is on these big, huge jumbotrons that are all around the arena. So, all of you tuning in to our tutorials and purchasing your product from your beauty consultant helps her to get on stage at seminar, to earn her diamond ring, to be treated like Miss America and royalty. So, we are so appreciative of you tuning in and using our products and spreading the word about our amazing company. So, thank you for supporting your beauty consultant, for being loyal to our Mary Kay brand. We totally appreciate you. If you have any ideas or any tutorials that you would love for us to share, please do. I've been in Mary Kay for 29 years. I could go on and on and on about glamour. I love it. I also do love our skincare. So my newest favorites, if you guys don't have them, is those boosters. So there's a line reducer booster, there's a hyaluronic booster, there's a hydrating booster, there's a spot solutions booster. So whatever you might be struggling with in your skincare, make sure you let your beauty consultant know so she can get you a booster for it, because it'll speed up the results of your other product. I use the line reducer with my serum C&E, which I love. And the vitamin C is for the collagen in your skin, and the vitamin E is for the elastin. So 2 important things to keep your skin young looking. Okay. So we want to keep you young looking. We want to keep you bright looking. We want to keep your face flawless. So thank you for joining in tonight, and we'll see you either Saturday. We're doing our makeovers. So we're doing more makeovers on Saturday. If you want to join us at 10 a.m., same station. Or you can join us tomorrow night. We're doing PJs and Pampering. I know Sue Grisanti joins us a lot on PJs and Pampering because we are going to do a facial. We're going to do our charcoal mask, and we kind of hang out together. So we mask together. All right. So I always know that I enjoy masking with my friends better than alone. So maybe we'll see you tomorrow for PJs and Pampering. And then on Tuesday will be our 70s makeover look. All right. So we'll see you at one of those. But thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed night. Love you guys.